Hi, this is Demetria Smith, and I am introducing my new YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel will be consisting of Pro Say Talk with Demetria Smith. Pro Say, Pro space SE, Pro Say Talk with Demetria Smith. And the reason why I'm going to introduce that channel, because we have a lot of people with no money, poor, middle class, that cannot afford legal representation in their legal battle, especially when it comes to crime, misdemeanor, Class C's, Class B, A, felony, those level of crimes. So what we try to do is make sure we can defend ourselves, or defend ourselves through court-appointed attorneys. So what I do know is we as people are the master of our own. So what we need to know that the Supreme Court upheld that we are the master of our own defense, which means you tell your court-appointed lawyer or your paid attorney that you pay what to do, and what you want the court to do, and what you want the court to know. So you are the master of your own defense, and we can't take that lightly. Okay, so the reason for the channel again is a lot of poor people, middle class people, cannot afford legal representation. And if any of you attorneys will be listening to this video, do not get offended, because when you set your retainer fees so high initially to be minimum $5,000 for the majority part, that's like an average retainer fee for you lawyers out there, and then you go up in your retainer, which means that money is supposed to be sitting in a trust anyway, and you have to show itemized ledger or what you're doing with that retainer and what you've done, how many hours you put in, and we need to start to see the cost factor. And then whatever you didn't use in that retainer, you're supposed to refund the defendants back their money. So don't get offended when I'm walking, y'all. So don't get offended when you see Pro Say channels come up on YouTube. Y'all leaving us with no choice but to defend ourselves. And we can defend ourselves per the United States Constitution. That's the 6th Amendment. We can defend ourselves, or we can seek counsel. So we have two factors. Now, those are two rights within that 6th Amendment that we have. So don't get offended when pro se people like myself is putting information out like this. You'll get offended and say things like, hey, you are giving legal advice, which is bull crap. Legal education. You can't restrain somebody from giving legal education to keep you ahead. You want to say people like myself is giving people legal advice when we put channels up to get information out to pro se folks who can't afford you as a lawyer, because you already set the standards up already. But once we start getting into the knowledge of how to defend ourselves and we start sharing the information, you got a problem with that. And I'm talking to you attorneys out there. So legal education is not giving legal advice. It's educating people. And they have a right to know. We have a right to know. So don't get it confused. Okay? And it's not like we put a notice of appearance on the docket on YouTube. YouTube is not court. So it's not like we put a notice of appearance on the docket on YouTube, like YouTube is court, to say we're representing someone without law license. That's not what it is either. It's a freedom of press, and we have our First Amendment right. So you as a lawyer, if you're listening in, will not take that away from us, because you want to make sure people break their necks to find money to come find you and pay you these high cost attorney fees, and you still don't defend nobody properly anyway. You know, you pick and choose what class of person that you want to defend. So we want to nip that in the bud. So yeah, Pro Se Talk with Demetria Smith YouTube channel will be coming near you. Have a good day.